Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 48. And I'm off to a nice early start today. Although I really don't have to be, because today's trip is going to be a little bit shorter. Although there is a possibility of adding one extra casino, which would be like an extra hour and a half to my trip. We'll see how it goes, though. We'll decide what to do. This morning, 25 degrees, about 6:20 a.m. right now, just heading out. Yesterday was a decent day, made, $2,200, $2,300, somewhere in there. I got gas last night when I got home, just to be ready for today's trip. I actually filled up 4 times in 48 hours. That's the kind of driving that I've been doing lately. But like I said, we're off to an early start today. So it looks like it's going to be a nice day. It looks like mostly cloudy skies, and the forecast seems good. So hopefully we'll have a good day today. I'm going to visit a casino that I normally would have visited twice this week already, that I didn't get a chance to go to at all because of circumstances. I'm going to go in there. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get my food for the week because the food area would not be open yet. However, I will be able to check out the slots and see what's going on early in the morning, and then we're going to move on to another slot casino, followed by some blackjack. So today should be a more laid-back day. I'm going to try to push the blackjack a little bit harder. The place I'm going to play blackjack at has terrible rules and not great penetration, and 8 decks for the low limit, and then the high limit is usually pretty busy, so sometimes I won't even get a chance to play. However, I can't go to the same casinos every day. I have to rotate. Don't want to be too obvious about the money that we're making and stuff. And so we're going to be making this trip today. So our goal for today is to make between $1,500 and $2,000. That would be a good day. I would say the average for this trip would normally be about $1,000. So we'll see how things go, and I'll be back to update you after my first stop. Alright guys, I am back. So I walked into that place and it was pretty quiet in there. They were still pulling the boxes out from the day before, where the money goes into. And I saw something right away at the front door, and it was kind of borderline, and it was a higher priced bet, and decided against that. Walked around, looked at a couple of other things, found a couple small plays, and made those, and did okay on those. And I was ahead like $100 or so. Walked around some more, didn't really see much. And sometimes when I don't see much, I start going to some of the lesser plays that I normally wouldn't check because it's harder to find something on, and people check them often. But I actually found a play on one of those machines at $3 a spin, and actually did pretty well on that. I won at first I lost about 60 or 80, and then I won about 300 on that. And made a couple other small plays. I noticed that there were a few new machines. One I know cannot be beaten. The other one, I don't know what it is at all. I have some idea. I've seen similar ones, but I'm not positive. So I'll be watching some videos on that machine this morning and see if I can discover something about that one. And it has not been turned on. So because of that, I would like to come back maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, if it's something that's beatable, because if it is, the first day is crucial usually to making money. So we're going to try that if it's something that's beatable. Most machines are not, so I'm not too stressed about it. But like I said, I will check out the videos. On my way out, I found a credit card in the ATM machine, gave that to security, and I ended up leaving ahead $332. On my way out, I saw our good friend AirPods walking in, and he didn't see me. He was busy messing around on his phone. So unfortunately for him, I just cleaned the place out. So plus 332, and moving on to the next spot. I have kind of a drive right now, so I'm going to sit back, relax, listen to some podcasts, and I'll be back to update you after the next stop. Alright guys, just leaving that spot, and that was a heck of a roller coaster ride. I was actually in there for about an hour or slightly over an hour, and 95% of that time was miserable. When I first walked in, I saw a machine right away, played it, and won about $20. And then after that, couldn't make anything good happen. I was on a gentle slide downward, gentle decline. The next machine, I lost about 200, and then another 50, and then another 200, and before you knew it, I was in for 600, and I was down to about $80. And I had 3 machines left to check on my way out, so I was down over $500. Next machine, I end up having a nice win on it, and I'm down 403, I believe. And then the next machine, there was nothing there. And then the final machine I went to, I had a couple decent hits on that back to back to back, which kind of saved my bacon, if you know what I mean. It was at 150 and a 70 and one other one, which I didn't take a picture of, back to back to back, and ended up leaving the session down only $64, which is pretty amazing considering you're down $500 with just a couple, 3 machines left to check, and somehow those pull your backside out of the fire. There was one machine that I knew for sure I was going to do really well on, and I have never seen it play that way before. The first 200 spins paid less than 3%. So no matter what happens at the end, it's very hard to overcome that. But luckily, the end was pretty decent. I believe, I don't know how long ago it was, 2 or 3 episodes ago, I said I wanted to get 20 wins in a row. And I probably could have gotten a win there if I'd stayed long enough, but it just wasn't worth the time. But I probably got pretty close to that 20. So anyway, none of that matters now. It went from a partly cloudy day to a fully cloudy day. The temperature is steadily moving up. It's about 39 degrees right now. It is windy, and I am moving on to the next place. I'm planning on spending some time here. I'm planning on playing blackjack, and I'm planning on playing some slots. Recently, this place has had a big decline in slots, a big decline in free things that they gave away, and a lot of people are staying away from this place. I do not use a card at this place, but if I were to find a big slot opportunity, I may do that today. So I'm hoping that's what happens. I do have the time to spend, so let's hope something big happens. Right now, I'm about half an hour away still, and I'll be back to update you when I leave. Alright guys, let me spend a minute with you here. I've already pulled into the next casino, but I was busy on my drive. You'll find out why here in a second. So I go into the next casino. I look at a couple slots on my way in, but didn't really see anything. I go play a little bit of blackjack. I'm hanging out back there, bopping around, not much going on, not making a lot, not losing a lot. And a dealer who is now a friend of mine, comes back from a break, I assume, because I wasn't at that table that long at that point. And she shows me that she's going to have a baby, and I, excited for her and stuff. And, over the last 3 years or so, really gotten to know her, and she's gotten to know me. And, she's always rooting for me. She's one of the few dealers that no matter what happens, somehow I win with this dealer. I don't know if you have a nemesis dealer that always beats you, But this dealer is the opposite for me. So, wow, it went from nothing going on to snow, ice. Anyway, so I finish up there. I end up ahead 500. I move on. I decided to check out some slots. I thought, make 100, 200 on slots and move on. So I'm up about $30 on slots. Then I move on, find another thing, and pretty soon I'm done. I'm ready to go. There's nothing left. There's a couple Asian guys hogging a bunch of machines, like sitting at 2 or 3 of them at the same time with a chair leaned over on one, and I'm not stressing about it. I'm good. So I go to cash out, and I have a Tito slip for like $656.68, something like that. And I'm ahead like $156, I believe. So I put it in the machine. It asks me the dreaded question that we all hate. Do you want to donate your change? Heck no, I don't. You mean my change? No, I'm not going to donate my change. I'm going to teach you how to turn some change into a lot of money here in a second. So I get my bills. No change comes out. Well, I'm assuming that the 5 or 6 people before me probably had the same problem, but they were like, okay, 4 cents didn't come out. Who cares? And they left. Well, I'm not like that. If you remember, when I was in Vegas, it was like 30 cents or something at the Venetian, and I waited around. They came over and they couldn't figure it out, and they finally gave me $1 to leave. But so there's a slot machine behind me. I push the service button. Nobody comes. And then I see a pit boss walking by, and I go over to him, and I tell him what happened, and he said, okay, we'll check it out. And he comes over and uses his phone to call surveillance, I assume. And he needed the number off the machine. I had it ready to go. And he said, okay. They said, just go up to the cashier. They'll have it waiting for you. And I thought it was like 56 cents. It was 68 cents. So see, I had reason to worry. Come on, 68 cents. You don't leave that. So I said, well, it's too bad you didn't just give me a free meal instead of the change. He goes, you want a free meal? I see you in here all the time. I'll give you a free meal. I said, sure. He goes, you want to go to the steakhouse? I was like, huh? Yeah, I want to go to the steakhouse. Let's go. So he gives me a paper for $50 off a meal. So I go to the steakhouse. I order the biggest steak they have, green beans, French fries, a Red Bull, and I go get my change, and I'm waiting around for my food, and I end up playing a couple more slots, but I end up getting a free steak, fries, green beans, and a Red Bull because of that 68 cents, and I got the 68 cents, so I got it for free. So I was happy about that, and I ended up leaving that casino. I had $500 on the blackjack, $167 on the slots, and the free meal. So very happy about all that, and moved on now to the next casino. I'm in the parking lot right now, and like I said, it started icing, so hopefully that stops soon. I don't like that very much. I'm assuming the temperature's around freezing now, but I'm going to hop into this next casino, see what I can get done, and then I'll be back hopefully with more good news for you. Oh, okay. As I'm walking in here, I wanted to tell you, I don't know if you can hear the ice. Can you hear it? It's crazy ice coming down. But the dealer, as I'm leaving, says, I love you. I'm like, I love you too, baby. I said, love you too, actually, back to her. We've known each other for like 3 years. She's always very nice, very friendly. We keep up with what everyone's doing with their lives and how things are going and stuff like that. And people can tell if you're sincere. And obviously, she thought I was sincere, and she was sincere back to me. And so it was pretty cool. Anyway, man, I can't believe how much ice is coming down right now. Anyway, walking in here, I'll be back. It's funny, at that last place I was at, the pit boss looked at me and he's like, yeah, I'll give you a free meal. I see you in here all the time. You play pretty big. I'm like,
All right, I'll take it. I just walked up on a guy playing a machine, and there's one of the casino personnel behind him, and said something like, "Man, that's going to take a while." And the casino guy knows that it's going to take forever to hit. And he goes, "You never know, it could hit fast." I go, "I do know. It'll take you about 45 minutes to hit that." And I moved on. But anyway, I'll be back in a second.
All right, guys, I am back. I was in there just a short time. The weather did not get any better still. But I walked in, looked around, saw a couple small plays. Played one play, made $17. Played another play, made $1.50, and that was about it. So I wasn't in there long. There really wasn't much going on in there. It was really quiet. There was a guy playing that one machine I mentioned that I said would take about 45 minutes. He must have given up. I would have taken it at the position that it was in, but he must have given up while I walked away from him. So there was a lady fast playing the machine, so I know what she's doing. So missed out on that, although it wasn't the biggest EV, but I probably would have taken me about 45 minutes to earn $40 or $50. So, you know, it would have been nice, but it's not a big deal. So right now I am moving on to another casino. With the weather being like this right now and the temperature dropping down to just above freezing, I'm going to take it easy and not go too fast. I was going to go to another blackjack casino, but that was going to add an hour and a half already. And with this weather, I just don't want to end up getting caught far from home and be late getting home and things like that. So, plus, that is not the best place to play blackjack anyway. You got to play conservative, like 1 to 6, 1 to 8 at the most, to not, you know, arouse their suspicions. So anyway, right now I am continuing on, and I will come back and update you. Alright guys, I am back. It's been exactly one eternity. It's been a long time. It's been over 2 hours that I was in that place, and I found a lot of big plays and a lot of disappointment. Let's just say that. I played $4 spins, $6 spins, $8 spins, $10 spins, and up and down, up and down. And from the first machine that I walked in and played, I was down, to the last machine that I played, I was down. Couldn't get anything really going. I'd have small stuff happen that was decent, but overall it was draining. I was thinking back to some of these machines that I played. There was one machine, it was actually a little bit humorous. I hated to do it, but there's 3 machines next to each other, and there's a guy on the middle machine and his wife on the machine on the right. And the machine on the right is 1 spin away from hitting. And I'm like, excuse me. She's just sitting there. Excuse me. Turns around. I'm like, are you playing? She's like, no. And she's like, fine. She gets up. I sit down. I put my voucher in. 1 spin. Win $45. I'm like, thank you. And I got up and walked away. And she was like dumbfounded. Like, what just happened here? There was another one where there were, you know how some games have like bigger seats where you can share with someone? So this one had a bigger seat. It's like a car seat, you know. So this lady and her husband were playing, and they were, you know, they were doing pretty well. And then they have a big hit, and it looks like they're ready to get up. I start walking toward them, and they keep on playing. This happened 2 or 3 times. I'm making like a small lap around the building and coming back, just so that I could still barely see them in case they get up. And they don't get up. Finally, I take a bigger lap, find some other stuff to play, win back a little bit of money. I come back, there's someone else sitting there. I'm like, man, I waited all that time for these people to get up. They finally get up, right when I'm not there. So I leave, I go play some other stuff, I come back, and the lady is gone. I sit down, and it's not what I thought it was. I couldn't see the information on the screen well because of the way that they were sitting. And when I finally sat down, I discovered it wasn't a play, but there was a marginal plus EV play, although high risk. I'm like, I guess I'm going to do it. So luckily for me, it hit quickly, and I was able to get up, and I made like $70 or $80 on that one. Walked around some more. I just spent a lot of time walking in that place. By looking at my, let's see here, looking at my step counter for the day, I had over 3,500 steps in that place. So I did a lot of walking. Overall, I mean, I had some good things happen, some bad things happen, but overall just stayed pretty neutral to slightly negative. And I saw a couple friends in there. One of them was kind of funny. I walk up to a machine and I'm putting in my voucher, and this guy goes, "Dang it." I'm like, what the heck's going on? I look over, and he was running over to the machine, and I beat him to it. So, but I lost $25 on that one anyway. So I texted him that I lost 25 to make him feel better. God forbid they root you on and want you to win as well. They're happier when you lose. And don't forget that. That's the way most people are. If you take a play away from them, they'd like to see you lose instead of win. But anyway, by the time everything was over, I ended up leaving down $47, which is not bad considering the kind of plays that I was making and the kind of swings that I had, hundreds of dollars up and down, up and down. And I just ran out of plays, and I ran out of time. I was in there for so long. I think it was over 2 hours. That I'm skipping the next casino because there's no time left. I went from having too much time to just running out of time there. So a couple things here. So I said minus 47 there. So a couple things going on. I have someone in this local area that wants to pay me to take him to a casino because they have such a big free whatever, free play, free comp, free whatever, that it's worth it for them to pay me. Now, I don't want to get paid, but I'd like to see them get their free stuff, but it just doesn't make sense in my schedule. So they get this big free thing twice a week, and I'm going to be able to help them out either 0 or maybe 1 time a week, unfortunately. But I got to think of myself. If I'm in an area like this where I'm expecting to make about $1,000 for the day, but I have other places I can go where the potential is $3,000 or $4,000. Even if I don't make that, the potential is there. I've got to go to those other places. And the only reason I was in this area today in the first place is because I was in other places too much lately. Before my break and after my break, I went to those areas. So I'm trying to spread it around so I'm not seen too often. But you also have to have, if my goal is to average about $850 a day, 5 days a week, and I'm making $1,000 a day, that's no good, because you're going to have those minus $3,000, minus $5,000, minus $8,000 days. And if you're just making exactly what you need every day, you're never going to make it. You're going to lose all your money. So I have to be a little bit selfish, and we'll see how it goes, but I doubt I'll be able to help them out too much. Let me think here. Anything else going on? I think that's it right now. I'm going to move on here, call home, see what's happening, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. I just recorded like 10 minutes, and I accidentally closed out the app and erased all of it. I can't believe there's no like cached memory that would hold on to this. This is crazy. Anyway, okay, I'll be brief here. I don't want to do the whole 10 minutes again. So I called home, talked to my wife, and she had a rough day today. We took her car into Honda last night because there were some recalls that needed to be fixed, and it was supposed to take 4 or 5 hours today, so we dropped it off last night. They were supposed to give her a call around noonish today, maybe 1 o'clock. She never got a call. She finally called them about 5 p.m. and they said, "Oh yeah, your car's been ready for a long time. Come pick it up." Unfortunately, if I go straight home right now, I'm going to get there after they close, so there's no way that that's going to work out. So she's a little bit frustrated. She had to borrow other people's cars today, and so she didn't get everything done that she wanted to get done. But on the good side, I've got Korean beef waiting for me at home, which is delicious. So she had more time at home, which means she got more stuff done at home. Anyway, I don't know what else I said in all that time, but today was a decent day. Made about a little over $900 and something, and also had that free lunch, which is really like a dinner, like a 16-ounce steak and all that kind of stuff. So pleased with that. So all that was good. Monday, I'm not going to be able to do much next week, Monday and Tuesday, because of being out of work for so long, or away from work for so long. So I think this is what's going to happen. Sunday night, I'll probably take a long drive, oh boy, and try to make some money. Sorry, my earphone is about to fall through a vent here. Oh well, I'll get it when I stop. Anyway, so Sunday night I'll probably take a long drive and try to make some money, and then Monday and Tuesday I'll probably combine into one episode. Monday I have to go to the dentist again because my temporary crown fell out again, because no one makes anything of quality anymore. It's just not possible. You can't have quality anymore. Everything's going to be made out of junk forever from now on. So I'll get that glued back in, and then probably try to go to a casino real early, go to the office, and spend the whole day in the office. I think I owe them at least one full day at the office to be able to catch up on things. Tuesday probably be the same. I'll probably go before work, maybe after work, and try to get some things done at the office, get caught up, get on everyone's good side again. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week is going to be intense. It's going to be a lot of travel and trying to make money, catch up. So we're going to try to, cram a whole week's worth of work into just a few days. And I know we can do it. I know we can make the money. Just have to keep doing what we're doing. And as you know, I've been trying to expand what I can do and make money other ways. So we'll see how that works out. So that is my current plan for right now. I'm going to stop right now, get some gas, and then I'll be back and wrap things up for you. All right, guys, I'm back. So yeah, after all that, I did find the piece that I recorded that, anyway, it doesn't matter. I deleted it now. So I am heading toward home right now. I just stopped for gas, and there was a new gas station. These guys have been opening up all around the area and had extremely low gas prices, like 40 or 50 cents below market value, maybe 30 cents below market, for quite a while now. And they'd open up a new location and do that for a couple months. And I just went there, and I'm like, why is this price so high? And I looked across the street, and it was 50 cents cheaper. So they're done with the low prices, and now they're jacking up the prices because they got people hooked on going to their gas station and getting their 3 cents off for going to their gas station. And people are just creatures of habit, and they keep going to the same place. So half the gas station was full, even though right directly across the street was 50 cents cheaper. So anyway, marketing works, yeah, that's about it for today. Like I said, we're going to be back next week. Look for something hopefully Sunday night, unless something changes at home. Tomorrow, I'm going back to watch that team again that we've been backing in this tournament that they've been playing, and hopefully they do well. It's going to be a tough game. Our team is at basically 93% win rate right now, over 25 games, and this would be the last game they need to win their division, and then they would move on to bigger and better things. So this is a high school level team, and once they finish their division, they would move on to regionals and then maybe even state. So hopefully that works out. All right, guys, if you have any questions or comments, the email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you Sunday.